Hello, John.
Hello.
Good week?
Well,
Enjoying the weather?
very much so.
Lovely. So, linking into the conversation we had last week about Genesis P. Orridge.
Well, he took us to Dungeness, to Derek Jarman's house, and we entertained with him, and he chatted to us. We saw a few of the films that we could take for the label. It was ongoing.
So, were you brought round to Derek Jarman's house for the sake of looking at his archive?
No, we were making the promo for Are You Experienced?
Right, and that was the location, his house.
Yes. Well, part of it. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Do you know what kind of films he had that he showed you that time you went round?
They were odd. They were odd. It was hardly recognisable. But people did like it.
Did Derek Jarman introduce you to anyone from BFI?
No, I just had to call them up. I think he may have said Barry Edson's name. But I called them up and arranged a meeting. I just went up there. It's in London. It's a bloody huge building. I now realise what a good shape it was in. I had to go up the third or fourth floor, etc. And I met Barry Edson. And I had a good conversation. Nigel Algar was there. And Ian Gilchrist, who was the first man I met, who later took me on the roller coaster. But there was Connoisseur Video, which I will explain in due course.
Of course, yeah.
With Barry Edson, we were getting 4 short films he made on Super 8, Angelic Conversation and Jubilee. I'll start with In the Shadow of the Sun. It was his first film. It made throbbing gristle throughout the talk of it. It was about 50 minutes. He was just doing the part of... Didn't recognise anything. There was something in it. Something I didn't know, really.
So, this Barry fella that you met in BFI, what was his role in BFI?
If there were films going out, he would meet you and discuss it.
Right. Okay. And was this film In the Shadow of the Sun, was that released through BFI?
No. It was a film held by BFI, but I had to be licensed out to somebody if they wanted to release it.
Right, okay. What comes next after you're introduced to In the Shadow of the Sun?
The other 3 shorter versions of Super 8 was Sloane Square, A Room of One's Own, which was just his friends. Then was Pirate Tape. It was about 15 minutes again. Music by Psychic TV. It was William Burroughs visited London in '82 for the final Academy show. It was in his nice main room, but it was very Jarman.
What does that mean, very Jarman?
Well, anything you look at, you see, fucking hell.
Was it all a bit weird and wonderful?
Yeah. And then we've got TG Psychic Rally in Heaven, that's throbbing gristle, in about 1980. It's about 8 minutes. You know, what to say about them? I don't know.
So how did your crowd kind of take to these shows that were quite, different?
I don't think they took too well to them.
Really?
Well, we got them sold. Out of the 4 releases, Jubilee, that was the thing that sold.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Angelic Conversation. It was all about imagery. It wasn't a fantastic film, a seller. We formed a new company, Revision, to distribute the films out there. Music by Coil.
You put Revision together in order to distribute these films.
Yeah.
And was Derek Jarman a catalyst for you creating Revision? Or were you kind of already heading in that direction?
We were heading in that direction.
Right.
Yeah. I needed a name, Revision, such as Jetty Sounds. Revision was a much handler name.
Yeah, it made more sense than it being
Yes,
under Jetty
yes,
Sounds.
yes. Jubilee is so bizarre and wonderful. You know, in 1578, Queen Elizabeth starts on the throne from it. And, Adam Ant, Jenny Brunacre, Jordan, Toya Wilcox and Richard O'Brien. I couldn't tell you what the story is about because it's fucking all over the place. It's magnificent. The Adam and the Ants, Susie and the Banshees, Wayne County are all doing soundtracks in 1978. It was a very, very good film. That's what I can say.
How long was the film running for? Was it a feature-length film or was it
Oh, yeah, 90 minutes or thereabouts.
Right.
105 minutes.
Wow, okay.
He did them early on in 78, 79, 80.
So does that mean by the time that you'd met him, he wasn't making film anymore?
I don't think he was. He may have been making his last one. That is his Derek Jarman interview, and it was probably 6 months before he died there. He had AIDS.
So he was well aware that he was on his way out?
Oh, yeah, he knew.
Is the title There We Are John dedicated to you?
No.
Oh, right.
For some reason, it was given to me with the There We Are John, and that is the title.
Right.
Yeah. It was about 30 minutes long. Went all through his catalogue, and it was a shame. It was.
Do you feel like there was still more to be done with his career if he hadn't died early?
No. I would think Jubilee is the main one.
That's the absolute creme de la creme.
Yeah.